The one and only person who's going to be deciding our futures.
I don't think so.
I think even you would acknowledge you have an incredible amount of power at this moment in time. Why should we trust you?
You shouldn't.
Imagine waking up one morning to find that artificial intelligence has taken over every aspect of your life. Your self-driving car is navigating the roads on its own, while smart factories are producing goods without human intervention. Healthcare, finance, agriculture, education, retail, and even entertainment, all controlled by AI. It sounds like a scene from a sci-fi movie, but in reality, this is just the beginning. The lines between technology and daily life have become so blurred that it's already hard to distinguish what's real and what's not. And yet, this is exactly where we're headed. In fact, the pace of AI adoption has accelerated to the point where it's no longer a question of if, but when, AI will dominate every aspect of our lives. But what does this mean for humanity? As AI takes over more and more tasks, what happens to human roles? Will we become obsolete, or will we find new ways to thrive in an AI-dominated world? To answer these questions, let's take a closer look at OpenAI, one of the leaders of the AI revolution. What started as a noble effort to make AI safe and trustworthy has evolved into a complex web of power, secrecy, and controversy. Founded by tech visionaries like Elon Musk and Sam Altman in 2015, OpenAI began with a mission to advance artificial intelligence in a way that benefits humanity.
So you've seen other companies in their early days that start small and get really successful. Hope I don't regret asking this on camera, but how do you think OpenAI is going as a 6-month-old company?
I think it's going pretty well. I think we've got a really talented group at OpenAI, and yeah, really talented team, and they're working hard. OpenAI is structured as say a 501c3 nonprofit, but many nonprofits do not have a sense of urgency. It's fine; they don't have to have a sense of urgency, but OpenAI does. Because I think people really believe in the mission. I think it's important, and it's about minimizing the risk of existential harm in the future. And so I think it's going well. I'm pretty impressed with what people are doing and the talent level.
It was established as a nonprofit organization, with Musk as the largest donor. The initial culture at OpenAI was committed to transparency and openness, unconstrained by the need for financial returns. Their stated goal was to ensure that artificial general intelligence, or AGI, benefits all of humanity. As their ambitions grew, so did their need for funding. In 2019, they introduced a for-profit arm, and Microsoft came knocking with a $1 billion investment. Questions began to surface about their true motives. Critics argued that OpenAI was straying from its original mission. Was this the beginning of the end for their noble vision? Or simply the reality of surviving in a cutthroat industry? As the world watched, OpenAI's story became one of ambition, power, and controversy. What happened behind those closed doors? And what does it mean for the future of AI? Join us as we uncover the untold story of OpenAI, a journey that takes us from a symbol of hope to a brand that embodies the darker aspects of capitalism. Today, we're going to explore the shocking truth about OpenAI's journey and its surprising implications for humanity. This is just the beginning. OpenAI started with a goal everyone could agree with: making AI safe and accessible for everyone. But something changed along the way. In those early days, the energy was positive. They were dreamers, innovators, and idealists. Their mission was clear: to ensure that the benefits of AI would be shared by all of humanity, not just a privileged few. The initial culture believed in openness, sharing their research, and working together with the global community. It was a vision that inspired many and drew in some of the brightest minds in the field. Milestones were quickly achieved. From breakthrough research to widespread acclaim, OpenAI seemed to be on a path to changing the world for the better. But as with many great ventures, success brought new challenges. Questions of sustainability, funding, and growth began to loom large. The dream of a purely nonprofit AI research lab started to seem complicated. As the realities of the tech world set in, OpenAI faced a crucial decision: stick to their nonprofit roots or adapt to survive. What happened next would change everything. The shift to a for-profit model was sudden and confusing. Was this a smart move or a betrayal of their mission? To many, it seemed like a betrayal. OpenAI, once a shining example of altruism in tech, was now chasing profits. They introduced a capped profit model, claiming it would limit returns to investors and still prioritize their mission. What does this capped profit model mean? According to the new structure, investors and employees can make up to 100 times their investment or salary in profits from OpenAI's for-profit arm. But if the company becomes wildly successful and generates profits beyond that 100x cap, the extra profits get channeled back to the nonprofit side to fund OpenAI's original mission and efforts like research, education, and advocacy around beneficial AI. Sam Altman and his team argued that this change was necessary. They needed massive funding to keep up with the rapid advancements in AI and to compete with tech giants. Microsoft's $1 billion investment was a game changer, but it came with strings attached. As part of this investment deal, Microsoft got exclusive rights to use and commercialize OpenAI's AI model training systems. Microsoft also acquired 49% ownership in the for-profit side of OpenAI, called OpenAI LP. Critics were not convinced. They questioned whether OpenAI could remain true to its original mission while navigating the pressures of profit and competition. Was the capped profit model a clever compromise or just clever marketing? The transition marked a new chapter for OpenAI. The stakes were higher, the scrutiny more intense. Would they rise to the challenge or lose their way in the pursuit of growth and power? With Microsoft's billion-dollar investment, OpenAI was no longer just a non-profit with a vision. They were now a major player in the AI race. The question remained: would they steer the future of AI for the good of all, or were they being steered by powerful corporate interests? OpenAI's tech, like ChatGPT, changed the game. But with great power comes great responsibility. Jobs were at risk, and people started talking about universal basic income. From revolutionizing customer service to automating creative processes, OpenAI's products brought AI into the mainstream. These models could write essays, create art, and even help with medical diagnoses. When the company simply previewed its text-to-video generation model Sora, it nearly broke the internet. But with these breakthroughs came a new wave of anxiety. Automation threatened to replace jobs across sectors, from manufacturing to creative industries. the fear of unemployment loomed large. Economists warned of a potential crisis. As AI took over more tasks, millions of jobs were at risk. The conversation turned to universal basic income, a radical idea to provide a safety net in a world where work might become scarce. Universal basic income, or UBI, started to gain traction again.
But I think we're going to have an opportunity to push the reset button and think about the world we want. And I think universal basic income is one part of that. But how we give, I don't know what to call it, universal basic meaning? We'll have plenty of resources for everyone. But then how do we make everyone happy and fulfilled and find their purpose? We get to find out.
At OpenAI, the developers behind GPT-3 and GPT-4 were deeply aware of their creation's impact. They found it increasingly difficult to balance innovation and growth with ethical responsibility. With GPT-3 and 4, OpenAI had unleashed unprecedented power to disrupt existing businesses. The world stood at a crossroads, grappling with the promises and perils of artificial intelligence. The pressure of this responsibility was felt internally, leading to high-profile departures and internal crisis. In May 2024, Ilya Sutskever, a co-founder and chief scientist, quit the company in a move that sent shockwaves through the AI community. His departure came 6 months after the failed attempt by Ilya and other board members to oust CEO Sam Altman in November 2023. Altman's dismissal, which he contested, sparked an employee revolt. Over 95% of OpenAI's staff signed a letter threatening mass resignations unless Altman was reinstated. Faced with this ultimatum, the board gave in just 4 days later, reinstating Altman as CEO with a restructured board. The drama exposed deep rifts within OpenAI and raised questions about the organization's direction, internal dynamics, and ability to responsibly steer the development of these transformative AI systems. Can for-profit corporations be trusted to develop these powerful tools without stricter oversight? Could humanity adapt in time? Elon Musk, once an ally of OpenAI, is now a critic. He accused Sam Altman of diverging from the company's original mission, and even went as far as suing him for breach of contract.
And that's what's happened with OpenAI. It's gone from an open source foundation, a 501c3, to suddenly it's like a $90 billion for-profit corporation with closed source.
What do you think of Sam Altman?
The ring of power, can corrupt. And there's the ring of power. I want to know why Ilya felt so strongly as to fire Sam. This sounds like a serious thing. I don't think it was trivial, and I'm quite concerned that there's some, dangerous element of AI that they've
Discovered.
created. Yes,
You think they've discovered something?
that would be my guess.
Altman in turn defended his vision, releasing emails of Elon's where they seemed to agree that the changes were necessary for the survival and success of OpenAI. The public watched as their partnership devolved into a rivalry. Insiders and analysts had their theories. Some saw it as a necessary debate about the ethical direction of AI. Others believed it was a power struggle with each one trying to bend society towards their worldview.
Elon Musk has said that the company had breached its founding mission. Basically, what he was saying in the lawsuit was that the company was meant to be more open and more benefiting humanity than it is at this point in time. And the company argued that it didn't have a founding mission that was exactly what Musk was saying that it was. And so the two sides were butting heads and had some back and forth in court filings.
To some, Altman was a visionary guiding OpenAI towards groundbreaking innovations and ethical AI development. To others, his actions raised questions about transparency and true intentions. Altman's leadership was marked by bold decisions: the for-profit shift, the billion-dollar Microsoft deal, the high-profile employee exits, and his public clashes with Elon Musk painted a complex picture. Altman's journey with OpenAI has been anything but smooth. His every move is watched, his every decision analyzed. The stakes are high, and the question still remains: can we trust this guy?
Here's the problem. The problem is that I think all repetitive human work, which is 75-80% of what most of us do, is going to be done better by machines in the next 10 years. And this is a shift that most people never live through. We will live through once in our lifetimes, but this is on the order of the Industrial Revolution, the Agricultural Revolution. This is what technology does. It has small periods where it gets a little better, and then all of a sudden something fundamentally comes along that reshapes how our entire society works, how we live together, what we do with our time, what our economic system looks like, what our social system looks like. And I think what's about to happen is going to be on that order. And because it doesn't feel that different than what's happened in the last 10 or 20 years, I don't think we're paying enough attention to it.
The power of OpenAI's technology is undeniable. Industries are being transformed to become more efficient. But at what cost? The lack of transparency fuels fear and speculation. What began as a symbol of hope for human evolution now carries the risk of becoming a real-world Terminator scenario. The dream of open ethical AI is fading. The shift to closed-source development and the growing power of AI bring forth a critical question. Can we trust OpenAI to safeguard our future, or has it already strayed too far from its founding principles? OpenAI's story is a warning, a reminder of the fine line between innovation and ambition. As we stand on the edge of an AI-driven future, we must ask, who can we trust? AI holds incredible promise. It can solve problems, save lives, and transform our world in ways we can barely imagine. But with this power comes great responsibility. Global leaders and experts are grappling with these challenges, scrambling to ensure that AI serves humanity and not the other way around. Many feel open source AI, such as Meta's Llama model, is the way forward. It promotes transparency, accountability, and collective innovation, ensuring that the technology benefits everyone. However, this approach also comes with its own risks, as powerful open source software could be misused by bad actors. OpenAI's journey is a stark reminder of the tough choices we face. It's more important than ever to be an early adopter of these new technologies, to become familiar with them, and join the conversation about the future of AI. OpenAI is closing, but the drama of artificial intelligence is just getting started.